Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to Seek Bliss and Find Bliss with Shawn. Let me get on this side. And we are in the kitchen again tonight, and we are making a couple of things. The first thing is going to be spaghetti, and then I'm going to also do a chicken breast grilled and seasoned with red onion. So it's going to be really good. So I have my water boiling here for my spaghetti. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil, just a little bit. There you go. And go ahead and put my pasta in and let it start boiling. I'm making lunch for the next couple of days, so go ahead and put the pasta in, and the pasta will be cooking while I like to split mine. You can split it or keep it whole, but I like to split mine. Okay, so while that's going, I'm going to move on to my sauce. And in this sauce pipe, I have a little bit of ham, and I am just going to season just lightly. Sometimes I season the meat, and sometimes I just put it in the bottom of the pan. Either way, it's the same. Pepper, parsley, and a little bit of garlic. Okay. In here I have one diced onion that I've already sliced. I'm going to put that in first and let that just kind of saute and loosen up, and that'll be the base. And to my onion and seasoning, I also have mushrooms. Now, I love mushrooms, so if you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to use as many, but I happen to love them, so I'm going to place all of these in here and let that simmer. So, again, here, diced onion with mushrooms. I'm going to let it just lightly, drop one, warm up, steam up, loosen up a little bit, and then I'm going to add my meat to this and then the sauce. So, I'll be back soon. See ya. Hello, YouTube. We are back, and what we have here is the ground beef for the pasta sauce is brown, and now I'm going to start working on the chicken. So let me just show you the browning of the beef. And I'm using a lean ground beef, and it has the mushrooms and the onions that I sliced, and it's brown. And to that I'm going to add my spaghetti sauce. And also the next step will be the chicken, which I've already seasoned and prepared it so that I can grill that with some red onion. And we will pull it all together in just a second. Okay. So, to my meat sauce, or to my ground beef, mushrooms, and onions, I'm going to go ahead and add some super chunky ragu mushroom sauce. I happen to like this brand. If you like another brand, by all means, use that brand. So, to a low or medium temperature, and to the beef, I'm going to add the sauce. I love tomatoes and I love pasta sauce. So I may add maybe one more jar, or at least a half. Some people like more meat. I happen to like more sauce. So that's just my preference. And it smells really good. One jar may actually be enough, but just for the flavor of the tomatoey, the tomato flavor, I'm going to add a little bit more. And it'll also stretch, so I'll have lunch for a couple of days and dinner. If I can get it open. Okay. There we go. And this one is Mama's Special Garden Chunky. So it's lots of veggies and stuff added in this one. So I'm just going to mix. And I think that's good enough there. Yeah, that's plenty. Like I said, if you like more meat and less tomato sauce, then one jar should be sufficient. But I love the taste of tomatoes and marinara sauce, so I could actually take 2, but I'll just do 1.5, maybe a little more. Okay. And we'll let that simmer on a medium, very, very low medium temperature, and let this just heat up and simmer while we're working on the chicken. So, now, moving on to the chicken. In a normal skillet, I am going to add olive oil, just enough to oil the pan where I'm going to place the chicken. Yep. Olive oil is a very convenient way and healthy way to prepare things that you want to cook on top of the stove or grill. Now the chicken, I've already sauteed, well no I haven't, I've already seasoned it, so both sides have been completely seasoned. So I'm just going to go ahead and place the chicken breast inside the skillet with the olive oil. And again, it's on a medium temperature because I don't want it to cook too fast. So, YouTube, I'm going to let these things go for a little bit and I'll be back and we'll check on them in a few. Okay? Okay, YouTube, we are back and the chicken is cooking very, very good. It's cooking at a medium temperature, so it's going to stay juicy and tender. Now, I just turned it over so the opposite side is cooking. Now, to the side that's cooked, I'm going to add a few things. I've just cut a red or purple onion. Some people, I don't know if it's red or it's purple, but this is the onion. And I love it because it's a great flavor and it's kind of sweet. And also the color. The color does really good with chicken and different dishes. So I've already sliced it. I'm simply going to place the slices on top of the chicken so that the flavor really gets in there. And it's going to caramelize the onion. So once it's done cooking, the onions will be very tender and juicy and caramelized so that you can eat it along with your chicken. And in addition to that, a little fresh lemon juice. Just a little bit. Okay. And we will let that simmer and cook so the other side can cook and the onions can get tender and go from there. And I'll give you a close-up of what everything is looking like right now. So the chicken is cooking and the onions are on top, and as you can see, the onions are still whole right now because they were just freshly sliced, but after they cook they're going to be very caramelized and smaller and very tender. So stay tuned and we're going to finalize and put everything together. See you in a bit. Hello YouTube, we are back and everything is cooked, everything is finally finished, and it's time to eat. So what I'm going to do now, I have my strainer. I'm going to go ahead and drain my pasta and plate everything. So I'll place my strainer there and go ahead and drain my pasta. That looks nice. Nice, ready to go. Here's my plate here. So I'm just going to pick up a nice amount of pasta, place it here, a little bit more. Oh, that might be too much, but it's spaghetti. Okay, so we have our pasta, and now I'm going to add a little bit of the meat sauce, which you can use ground turkey, or you can even go meatless and all veggie, but I chose to use a lean ground beef for my meat sauce. And the meat sauce is here. And of course I'm not going to use all of this tonight. I'm only going to use as much as I want for dinner this evening, and I'll have plenty left over, which I can put in the refrigerator or even freeze for the remainder of the week. So we have mushrooms, onions, tomatoes, peppers in this meat sauce. So it smells really good. And remember, I added my own extra mushrooms since I like mushrooms. And you can adjust it according to your taste or what you prefer. So there is my plate with my pasta sauce. And going to do a separate plate for the chicken. Although I could probably fit it on here, I'm going to do a separate plate for the chicken. And here's the chicken, and the onions are caramelized. Let's see. Oh, there's my fork. I'm going to go ahead and take out my chicken. It's very juicy. Still hot. And the onions, as you can see, are caramelized. They're no longer crispy. They're very caramelized, and the flavors that have really soaked into the chicken, which is just the way I like it, and the olive oil. It soaks up the seasonings as well. And to my pasta, I am simply going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese and also parsley. So just a little bit of parsley. Just a little bit of parsley for the color and the taste. I'll let you see it before I put the Parmesan cheese. So this is the chicken. The chicken with the onions. Very tender, very juicy, seasoned and cooked on a medium temperature. And this is the spaghetti, and it has extra meat sauce because that's my preference, but again, each person, each individual, if you prefer more meat, then use less sauce. And now I'm just going to lightly sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top of the pasta. Just a little bit of cheese all the way around. And you can add garlic bread or garlic toast or whatever your preference is. But this is the chicken. I'm going to cut a piece of the chicken just to show you it's juicy and it's tender and very moist. Okay. So here's the chicken. Just going to cut. Oh, smells really good. Smells good. It's done. It's cooked. I'm going to taste. It's hot. Very good. So this is kind of a meal that I made up because I happen to love grilled chicken with onions, and I love spaghetti. So this is what I'm craving today. So this is what I made, and I hope you enjoy. You can mix and match or do one or the other, or whatever your preference is. So enjoy. Leave your questions, your comments, your concerns, anything down at the bottom, and I will definitely reply to them. The kitchen smells fantastic. This video is not going to do it justice, but it smells really good. The onions, the seasoning, the fresh lemon juice, the parsley, the meat sauce, and the spaghetti, it smells fantastic. So I am going to go ahead and get started on my dinner. Have a wonderful evening, and until next time, speak, listen, find bliss. Peace.